Once upon a time, on a sad Valentine, in a place known as Hanniger Mine, a legend began. Every woman and man would always remember the time, and those who remained were never the same.
Whoa. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, same shit, different day, Matt. How are you doing, my friend?
Not too bad, not too bad. Keeping busy.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, I've been looking forward to this for a while. I ain't going to lie. I'm still nervous. I'm usually not nervous doing these, but I'm nervous tonight.
Yeah, this one does feel a little different than some of the other ones we have done.
It got to be serious and not our usual joking, getting off topic kind of a thing.
If we do, we got to keep the jokes on topic, damn it.
Yeah, they can't be too nasty today. Let's see who we got so far. We got crew member. We got Goodwill Hunting, Snyder, Miss Carter, Rob Kerr, usual Steve Merlo. What's up? Flamethrower. Got the usual people here.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously tonight, me and Filthy are bringing on the beautiful minds behind the new upcoming My Bloody Valentine fan film, Valentine Bluffs. I've been looking for, we haven't had a good My Bloody Valentine. The remake was okay. We never got any sequels. So these wonderful people are finally going to do that with a fan film, and I am jacked about it because, as you know from our non-franchise slashers, My Bloody Valentine was my number one. So I'm super excited to bring these people on. So I guess without further ado, I guess we'll go ahead and bring them up.
Oh, yeah.
So we got the freaking miner right here, producer Chuck Ryan, ladies and gentlemen. There he is.
Hey guys.
Howdy.
Tom
Hey, thanks.
Smith, the director and writer behind it, right there.
What's up, guys?
How's it going, Tom?
Good. How you guys doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
Good.
All right.
Good.
Also got Roland Keller, producer of the project, right there down on the bottom. How are you doing?
Very good, guys. That was an amazing intro video, by the way. I was blown away.
Cool.
Well, thank you. I tried.
Very well done.
As soon as the theme song came up, I was like, "Wow, this is cool."
Yeah, I was honestly hoping that we'd be able to hear that all the way through, but
I know I was rocking out.
It gave us just enough. It set the mood. It's like, okay, and then like, okay,
yeah,
time for business.
I know. I should have left. I should have added more clips and could have played the whole song. Now I want to listen to it and I feel bad. But well, thank you. Obviously, I'm super excited what you guys are doing. I am very passionate about My Bloody Valentine, my favorite non-franchise slasher for sure. Always a fan of the miner look and the mining town, the atmosphere, everything about it. And I'm just glad somebody is coming along and putting as much effort into it as you guys are, and giving the fans something that we can be proud of and cherish like we do the original, obviously. So I want to thank you guys, all of you, for that 100%. I appreciate that.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
The Indiegogo has been going on since the 22nd, correct?
Yes.
And you guys are knocking it out of the park right now.
Oh, yeah.
We got a nice little rally at the beginning.
I see that. $11,500 with 123 backers already.
Yeah, man.
That's insane. That is
It was really unexpected at the beginning, so we're eternally grateful to everybody who's been backing us and supporting us.
It blows my mind how quickly that jumped up, because I know obviously a lot of fan films coming out, obviously a lot of people asking for help along the way with passion projects and whatnot. So it's awesome to see that many people are behind a My Bloody Valentine fan film. So that's pretty badass. But I guess I should say, first topic, I guess, what brought all three yins together for this project? Whichever one of you wants to start first can go right ahead.
I guess I will, because I'm the one who started.
Go for it, Tom.
So basically, like about a year and a half ago, I had the idea. We were talking about doing a fan film for a while, what kind of fan film to do, and it was a choice between the Texas Chainsaw Massacre or My Bloody Valentine. And I had access to a meat house, and we live in a coal mine town. So I remember a couple of years ago, before that, I got a picture up at Horror Hound with a miner, and it's like awesome cosplay, so detailed. And then I started like trying to like find this guy, and I was like looking all over Facebook and Instagram, and that time I was kind of new to Facebook, and so just, reaching out to a bunch of my friends that like I met at conventions, and I was like, "Do you know this guy?" And luckily, one person was like, "Check out the guy crying," and I just searched him up on like Facebook, and I messaged him out of the blue, and then we exchanged phone numbers, and I called him, and I was just like, "Hey, I got this idea to do a fan film, My Bloody Valentine fan film. You interested in doing it?" And at first he was just like, but I think he was excited, but just wanted to play it cool. And
Right.
I actually got off the phone. And I was like, man, he didn't sound interested. And then we talked a couple more times, and I was like, hey, let me get your script. I'll write a script up for you. And because at that time it was just like a story. And I wrote the script, and I like 3 weeks, and I sent it to him, and we talked about it, and he was like, I love the script. And then at that time, it was like we were talking about doing like a 20-minute, fan film with just a group of people that I had, from doing other films. And it really snowballed like super fast. We were like getting sponsors and potential backers at that time.
Dang.
And it was just like, wow. And then I worked with Roland. He was an actor on like 2 of my films.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we talked about like partnering up, and he wanted to be behind the camera instead of in front of the camera. So here we are. It's like a year later. A lot of production meetings, a lot of sleepless nights, like working on the script, and I think we got it to where I think everybody's going to like it. It's like a sequel, off the original. And it's like 40 years later.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
That you saw Chuck at the one convention, and somehow were able to reconnect with him and get him to join this thing. And I've seen some of those pics of him, and damn, you look like you're straight out of Hanniger Mine, no doubt about it. I've never seen anybody that looks that good as that character.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just glad that Tom reached out. Otherwise, who knows? Hopefully, he'd still be making the movie. But if he didn't reach out to me, then I wouldn't be involved. So I'm really glad.
No, I got to tell you right now, if I even if I didn't have Chuck, I wouldn't have did it. I'm an effects artist. I'm like very well detailed.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen like a costume where a cosplay is so detailed, and that's what it made me remember like 4 years ago. When I had the idea, I was like, I got to try to reach this guy. So I think if I didn't meet him, I probably wouldn't have done it.
Wow.
Not only that, he's been an invaluable part behind the scenes. Like we talk about producers, man. Yeah. Chuck is the epitome of what a producer does. He's been producing for us 110%. And it's been amazing.
Well, I just got to say that all of these guys, Tom and Roland,
you would never know that he never produced a film before. You know, he basically just like took what we asked him to do, and then exceeded that like 100%.
Yeah.
Well, it's these guys kind of make it easy because I follow their lead. I mean, and they're so easy to work with, and we just put all our heads together, and it's just we're doing it. So I give just as much credit or more to Tom and Roland because half the time I feel lost during this journey. I've never done this before. It's my first time being involved in a film project, and but it's fun. They make it fun, so yeah, that helps.
Well, when you're doing what you love, it never seems like work. So it's our first time doing anything like this as far as like a campaign goes. Tom and I are filmmakers by trade. Chuck Ryan's a cosplayer by trade, but like together, like our weaknesses, if one of us has a weakness, the other one has a strength, and like we're really good at bringing that together and elevating each other. So
yeah. We make a great team. I mean, I really can't envision us where we're at right now without, if any one of us was removed, we wouldn't be where we are right now. So
that's the best part. Everybody working together to a common goal to put out something that all three of you are passionate about. So your heart and soul goes into it. So it's gonna definitely show whenever the final product is finally out for everyone to admire and adore. I can't wait for that.
That's the goal.
Yep.
I mean, you know as well as anybody how harsh sometimes the horror community can be, but they're also like some of the most loving, accepting community as well. Like I've been blown away by how many people in the horror community have just reached out to us and offered help. And me, like, I've been living in New York for the past 10 years before I moved to Pennsylvania again to work on this full time. And so the idea of just somebody reaching out to you without any intention behind it, immediately my New York mentality is like putting the guard up, like, what do you want? But man, they've been great with the community boards, like Hack and Slash and Time for a Coffin Break. People like that who don't mind us spamming their stuff with our Indiegogo pages or pictures. It's been really cool.
That's awesome. Dan, what question do you got for these guys?
This is kind of a softball question, but I figure we can kind of start softball and work to some bigger fish here. But I'm thinking, what about when did you guys first see My Bloody Valentine? Is probably the question to ask. And where did the love for it come from?
I've seen it maybe a year after it came out. The original. I'm like the old head. So, yeah, I got to see it like on VHS, like a year after it came out, and
nice.
I had that VHS tape for and I watched it over and over until that thing was so warped, and I was like 10 years old, So yeah, it definitely is and that's what got me in the special effects, the Berman Studios and Ken Diaz, they did an amazing job, and I wish I would have got to see the uncut version. When I was younger, because it would have by far been my my favorite film for special effects.
Yeah,
it is definitely the film that inspired me to go to the special effects school.
I think I saw it when I was probably around that age too, and it just stuck with me. There were certain scenes that I remember seeing and having some nightmares about, but especially the nail gun scene, that one really got me for some reason. And then I don't know that, when I was a kid, I liked Halloween and all that, but I didn't see a lot of horror when I was little until I started getting, more of the teenage years and older. And that was kind of one of those movies that I kind of forgot about it, if you will. And then I rediscovered it and then just really fell in love with it, So that was it for me, and yeah, I'm really, really happy that they came out with, they put the uncut scenes back in. That was just, they should never have been taken out,
Mine was pretty similar. I mean, I was a latchkey kid, so I was at home a lot by myself, just watching horror movies. I even had my own Monster Squad as a kid. me and one other friend. It was a Monster Squad of 2, and then he moved away too far, and then it became a Monster Squad of 1.
Yeah.
So I was
Uni
always
Squad.
horror as a kid, and then My Bloody Valentine is one of those ones. I think, like with a lot of people, until like you are able to appreciate the certain nuances in it, like the production design. The production design by far is one of my favorite things. That whole thing, the design of the town, the characters themselves, the practical effects, everything is just amazing all around. And I didn't really appreciate that until I got a little bit older and started understanding all the little things that go into making a film, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say, when you watch the movie without the scenes in it, it's still good. But when they add the uncut scenes back into it, it just takes it to another level.
Yeah.
Yeah, it flows a lot better as it was designed to, as it was meant to.
Yep.
You know, George's vision, that's
Yeah.
how it was. And it was like when it was made, it was a full puzzle piece. But when they pulled those scenes out, there were just pieces missing.
Yep.
And
Yeah, it was one of those unfortunate things where at the time the MPAA had a huge hard-on for horror films, especially in that time. So unfortunately, that was a bystander of it, or a victim of it. But I'm glad those scenes are back in. I would have loved to have the drill scene, that drill scene that they cannot find for the life of them. That would have been great. But
Mike and Harriet,
Sylvia is amazing. The happy scene, it's really good.
Yeah. That's one of my favorites in the movie.
Yeah, Sylvia's definitely my favorite.
Dude, her scream in that, it still gets me every single time. It goes right through your body.
oh, and it's so long. And I mean, it was such a long scene where he's holding her up like that, what seemed like an eternity, you know?
That's another thing too, like the little MacGuffins throughout the whole film. When she gets picked up at the party by her head.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's how she meets her demise. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something I didn't really think about until I think it was Matt actually pointed it out. It was Matt or Chris, one of our other buddies, pointed that out. Like, she's getting picked up by her head by her boyfriend. That's how she meets her death. I'm like, I have never connected the dots on that. So it was like you said, it's one of those little things that you just kind of slowly pick up on, and when you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, that's great storytelling.
Yep. Are any of, obviously every movie has a remake these days. Were any of you a fan of the 2009 remake of the film?
I think I like to say what Tom started saying something that I really picked up, and I think he says it best. We respect anybody who makes a film because it's hard. It is hard. But as far as that goes, it does get a lot of flack, but for that time, 2009, like right around the time that the Friday the 13th remake came out as well, I thought it was one of the better remakes, to be honest with you. And I personally enjoyed it. I know a lot of people don't, but you know, it's subjective.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Roland.
It was like,
Go ahead, Chuck.
Oh, I was just gonna say I agree with what Roland had said about it. I enjoyed it for what it was. They had a monumental task of trying to, change up the story and some of the characters and the plot, the ending, everything. And it's challenging to do that to a movie that was, I felt like the original was as close to perfection as possible, really. But I enjoyed it for what it was. So yeah.
I remember seeing it in theaters.
I thought it was.
I'm the youngest out of the group, but I remember actually seeing that one in theaters. So I kind of that I really enjoyed, and also the 3D. I'm normally not a fan of 3D; it gives me a headache. Yeah, but I thought they did a good job with that one. Go ahead, Thomas.
Yeah, I think I thought it was pretty good. Like I said, it was meant to be just a cash grab. I think but. Like I said, I applaud anybody who makes a film because it's so hard. But I thought it was cool because they did change up the twist, and I was like, any film that has a twist at the end, and they do a remake, you're like, well, how are they going to do that? And because everybody knew it, was it going to be like an Axel Palmer, You know, so you had to like find a way to make that twist work.
Mhm.
I thought I did a good job doing that. I like the special effects in it. Special effects were like really good. But yeah, I mean, for what it was, I think it is one of the better remakes.
Yeah.
You know, in my opinion. You know, but I do know, like I said, it gets a lot of side. It's funny. I'll actually meet people at conventions, and I had one person come up to me and they were like, "Are you a fan of My Bloody Valentine?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Which one?" He was like, "There's two of them." And I'm like, "No." You know,
That's
like,
where the generation
'cause he
gap.
was the younger kid, so he's like, yeah. So, yeah, you get that, like, 'cause, you know, some people don't even know that there's an original. I guess, you know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
I
But
think it's cool that
go ahead, Chuck.
I was just gonna say, I think it's pretty cool though that, you know, some of the younger generation is discovering the original movie now. Even if they've seen the remake first, it's like, wow, you know, it just keeps it going. And I would hope that the younger generation appreciates the work that was put in with the practical effects and everything, you know, back then, because for one, I think they're just far superior than anything, you know, computer generated or anything like that. But
Absolutely, and hopefully we have a small part in actually introducing a lot of the people who aren't familiar with the original to the original again. I mean, there's still a stigma with fan films, but just because it's a fan film, it doesn't mean that we're not professional filmmakers. And so it's going to be amazing. I know it's going to be the script that Tom wrote. If we raise the funds that we're looking for, it's going to be nuts to butts, man. It's going to be amazing. And it's going to introduce a whole new generation to the original My Bloody Valentine franchise, I believe.
Can't freaking wait.
Well
Yeah,
said.
I think everybody's gonna like. I think everybody's gonna like how it connects. You know, like that's the hard part, like trying to make a sequel connect to it from 40 years later, and it took me a while to make that happen. So I think everybody's gonna really like that one.
I can't wait. I got a question from somebody in the chat. They want to know. I don't even know if you guys would even know this yet, but what is the estimated runtime you are trying to shoot for the film?
Okay, so the script is 47 pages. It's going to be about a 45-minute film right now. If we raise the funds that we're looking for, we're going to add like 2 more scenes into it. Yeah, with the stretch goals. We are going to have stretch goals after hopefully that we get that point. But there's 2 scenes that I really want to add in there, and it was it was kind of written after the script was written. But I think everybody really like them ones if we get to that point. And that will probably put it at maybe close to a feature length film. Like a 55 to 60-minute film.
Damn.
Okay.
That's good news. That's what I want to hear.
I know Roland, he wants to shoot it up.
The
longer, the better.
Only I agree with you completely 100%. My only thing is with I guess going back to like the younger generations, like the attention span isn't always there. So I just want to with all the stuff that's going into this and all the people that are giving up their time and money, I just want to make sure it gets seen, and I don't want people to kind of doze off or anything. With the short attention span that's out there. Yeah. But I think they will be hooked on it just based off of the script itself that we have. And, the script is, you never have, it's never going to be like the shooting script. There's always 3 movies. There's the one you write, there's the one you shoot, and then there's the one you edit. So even though it's amazing now, it's going to get better when we shoot it, and it's going to get even more crazy and better once we edit it.
There we go.
Some more awesome stuff that I love hearing. Dan, what other questions you got for these wonderful gentlemen?
I was wondering, should this film play out the way you guys want it, and if it hits the right audience and you guys make enough back from it, are there plans to do anything else with the property afterward? Or are you going to try and just leave it as a one and done project?
I mean, it really depends on if what kind of reaction we get from it. It could be open to a sequel. after this. But it's hard because, like, we're not making any money off this. So we would have to go back and do another crowdfunding, which is really hard. It's so difficult to run these things, and they are like hit and miss. Like we were so surprised how it came out like right off the bat, like with a lot of backers, and because I've seen a lot of these Indiegogo campaigns where they're not successful, and they struggle to make it. And here's the thing: like you either not do it, or you're gonna go full on and do it and try to make that, because you can raise half the money, but you're still contracted in a way where you got to make the film because you got to deliver a Blu-ray to someone who bought a Blu-ray,
Right.
or you're going to be giving money back. And after you take out the fees for Indiegogo, all that money's not there no more. So now you got to put up your own money to try to give them back their money if you're not going to make the film. So it was like a decision where I was like, because every film that we worked on, we've always funded our own films. So when we started talking about like crowdfunding, like it was nerve wracking. Like I don't want to be like, we only raised like $5,000. Now we got to make a film for $5,000, and that's not going to happen.
Especially one on this scale.
Yeah, and like I said, we put a good team together. Us three, and then we have like a group of people that are promoting for us. So,
Jimmy Presley and
I was like,
Trinidad, they've been amazing. Trinidad over at Insta Horror and Night of the Creepcast. That guy is doing amazing work on our Instagram. He just reached out to us out of the blue, and he was like, "Can I help you guys with anything?" We're like, "Please," because we have no idea what we're doing with social media. We're kind of learning as we go.
Yeah, and our sponsors as well.
It really
amazing. Our sponsors: Nightmare Toys, Fright Rags,
is
Horror Express Studios, Cabin 13.
Oh,
They've been great.
Let me ask you guys a question though.
Yeah.
Because this is a fan film made by fans for the fans. What would you, if your dream, like My Bloody Valentine sequel or fan film or anything, what would that entail? What would you like to see?
Let's see if you can guess the script.
That's a tough one because like part of me wants to go with the simple answer, which is Axel's been hiding, kind of lost in his own madness, doing whatever the hell for the last 40 years, and
like a Unabomber.
Exactly, and he comes back and still out of his head, but he remembers, oh yeah, I was a killer miner once, and take that easy approach and just kind of watch him rain hell down on everyone, and maybe comes back to haunt TJ. Maybe.
Oh, TJ.
Oh, TJ.
Oh, TJ. Damn it, Axel. But yeah, I don't know. Like, to see Axel come back just for the sake of continuity would be awesome. Maybe even a whole new crowd of people who've kind of forgotten the legend of Harry Warden and therefore forgot Axel completely. And maybe there's one person around who's like, Harry Warden was a thing, and everyone's like, oh, shut up, you crazy old man, or whatever. But I don't know. My expectations on what I would want aren't too far. They're not too heavy, but keep it simple, essentially.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's kind of like he said. The easy way is just to bring. Obviously, Axel's just been doing his thing and comes back, or maybe you could throw in some twists like he had a kid nobody knew about, and then his kid finds out what happened to him, and then maybe the kid comes back for revenge. That's a whole nother plot that probably nobody thinks about, but I don't know why that'd run through my head. But it's another idea that I think could work if he did by chance have a kid with someone that we didn't know about. But other than that, it would just be the whole revenge thing going like Halloween 2018, I guess. Just coming back and seeking revenge. I mean, it worked for them, so it probably worked for this too.
I mean, he could have gotten the girl pregnant. I always forget if it's Sally or Sarah, and I feel terrible about it every time.
Sarah.
And I think I called her Sally the whole time I was reviewing that movie too. But
it's funny. I'm looking at everybody's poker face to see if to see how good they can hide stuff.
But Well, yeah, maybe Axel did impregnate Sarah back in the day, right before TJ came back. Who knows?
Who knows?
That's a good thing.
There's another question from Flamethrower. He said, "Are y'all going to have some moments of levity like the original movie had? I loved how it felt like everyone was having fun in that movie."
I don't think
definitely.
you can take on a project like My Bloody Valentine without having those moments of levity in it. Like I said, we want to tip our hat to the original as best we can, but also going in a different direction as well.
All good stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be scenes where they're like, you'll see we're paying homage to the original film, but it definitely has its own little story and take on it. I'm a big fan of like even like shooting like an 80s style film. It will have some of that in it, but it'll have like a mixture of like something nice cinematography, stuff like that. I will say this: it'll definitely be a lot more gorier.
Good to know.
I mean, you guys don't have the MPAA to worry about breathing down your necks the whole time, so
Right?
you've got that advantage for sure.
Dan, I like your creep show lighting, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It goes with my entire motif, so it's like
that's like Roland's favorite thing, creep show lighting.
When in doubt, do the creep show lighting.
It's been with me since day one, and I'm gonna be devastated when this green bulb dies because I don't know where to find them.
It's gonna be heartbreaking.
Oh, absolutely.
Chris from the chat says a miner with one missing hand, perhaps. That's a good point, since he was missing his arm. So obviously along the way he'd have to get that repaired at some point or fix it himself, I guess. Unless he would magically get a prosthetic arm.
Go Gadget pickaxe, man.
Yeah.
There you go. Go Gadget pickaxe. I like it.
Maybe we'll go the Evil Dead route and just have a pickaxe attached to his hand.
Okay.
I was looking at the perks on the Indiegogo, and you guys, it looks like there will be an assortment of different weapons that are not just the pickaxe being used in the film. So I'm very, very excited to see the carnage that's going to be on display, because when you have, I think it was up to 5 weapons being used, there's definitely some variety going to be had. And I mean, with a weapon like the pickaxe alone, there's great variety in that. But I'm really curious to see what you guys have carnage-wise in store for everybody out there.
Yeah, we've got some interesting weapons for sure. A lot of really good kills that Tom has written in with many of these, and some other things that we haven't shown yet either. So there's a nice variety. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I'll just say this: if you're into the gore, the kills and stuff like that, and how they're done, trying to make them something that's nobody's seen before, it's always hard. Like I said, being an effects artist, and I always get like contacted by filmmakers, and they're like, "Hey, do you have any ideas for kills for my movie?" Because they're all done. It's like, okay. So we got to try, in this one, I tried to make it as different as possible, using different weapons. And they're all like minor weapons, like stuff that's used in the gold mine. We even found a new one that was never seen in either that one or the remake. That's gonna be my favorite kill. I can tell you right now, we shoot anything of it, but I can tell you it's gonna be my favorite kill.
Yeah, Ryan from Horror Express, he just did a Facebook Live the other day and showcased them, and it looks freaking awesome. I only saw the picture of it before, but when he showed the actual footage of it, I was like, man, it looks like a tomahawk. It's awesome.
There we go.
Yeah, the detail of it, it's crazy. And I think, Chuck, you found that, right?
Yeah, I found that one, and I something just spoke to me about it. Said, "Boy, we need this. We need to involve this in the movie somehow." And it's kind of like I think the real name is like a geologist pick or a rock pick or something, and
Yeah.
it's a smaller scale, but it has that pickaxe look to it, but also, like Roland said, a kind of a tomahawk look, and it just looks really cool. I'm like, I can totally see this in the movie. So
I think I know the kind you're talking about because my brother's a blade enthusiast, and I know he had something very similar to that.
yeah,
Like it sounds like the kind of tool, like very axe-like, but pickaxe, and just a really great multi-purpose tool.
Yeah.
right.
So
Yeah,
It's perfect for the miner on the go.
oh yeah,
yeah.
it's like goes grocery shopping, has to have that just in case he gets the itch.
Right.
I got an itch that needs to be scratched.
Especially if it's a smaller version, especially if he only had one arm. That makes,
Oh, yeah.
that makes some sense.
Interesting.
Makes some sense right there. Another question from the chat. Are any other future fan films you would like to tackle after My Bloody Valentine?
If any, I would definitely like to do a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's so weird because in our frequently asked questions, I kind of answered the first question like truthfully, and they were like, "No, don't put that in there." But it said like, "Why am I Bloody Valentine?" I said, "Because there's too many Friday the 13th fan films." So it definitely won't be a Friday the 13th one because there's just too many of them.
Oh yeah,
Right.
And like I said, there's some good ones. You know, there's some
Yeah.
good ones, there's some bad ones. But
I think it would be hard to
it's
do.
already been done. You know, to try to even come up with something original.
I think it would be hard to do a Texas Chainsaw one because Steve Merlo over at Sawyer Massacre, he's definitely coming out with an amazing one. I saw the trailer alone, as soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, "Wow, this is going to be amazing. Let me get behind this."
Yeah.
Yep. Steve's right there in the chat too, so definitely get out there and support that as well. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we even shared that on our pages.
Yeah. As far as fan film goes, no plans at the moment. We have plans for other films that wouldn't be of the fan film variety, and also an anthology series that's coming down the pipe.
Ooh, that's something I'm curious about because I've taken a liking to anthologies a lot lately.
It's one of my favorites. That's why I said the Creep Show, man. Creep Show is one of my favorites, and Tales from the Crypt. I've always been a huge Tales from the Crypt fan.
Yeah, I've been getting turned on to that lately too.
Oh, it's so good.
Tales from the Crypt.
Tom has a great anthology series idea for an anthology series that I really want to get start tackling soon. You know.
Sounds good, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one.
Hell yeah! Question for Chuck. What do you do in your role as producer for a fan film?
What don't they do?
Yeah. Boy,
Well,
on the phone a lot of chats with Tom and Roland. I helped put together the perk list for our Indiegogo campaign. I helped manage the campaign. Powwowed with Tom and Roland about the script and adding a few things in here and there, some of the different kills, getting my take on things like that. Keeping up on the social media. For a while there, I was handling most of the social media for our fan film. Mm-hmm. And now, fortunately, we have a couple other people like Jimmy Presley and Trinidad on board helping us on that front because it's a lot. It's just a lot to keep up on, and it's daily, So those are a lot of the things that we do.
He was influential in getting the sponsors. Like we wouldn't have Nightmare Toys or Fright Rags if it wasn't for Chuck.
Yeah, and just kind of the stars seem to align with this project and bringing on and adding more people to our team, our sponsors, and some of the vendors and whatnot. So I've been reaching out to a lot of the vendors as well, and actually making some of the different props and perks that we're offering in our campaign. So kind of got my hands, full in the cookie jar, I guess, if you will. But it's fun. It's fun seeing this come together and working with these guys. So it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
That's what I was gonna say about the Indiegogo perks. That was gonna be my question. Who came up with them? And they're fantastic perks. I can tell. I've never seen. You have so many things to choose from. It's just unbelievable for anybody who wants to donate to this.
You should see the perks that aren't on the list yet.
Damn.
the one that we have on the
we have about
currently, that's like the number 100 draft. Chuck is every time we thought we finalized the Indiegogo perks, Chuck would come back the next day. It was like, what about this? Like, no.
We had a lot of fun putting it together, though. I mean, all of us put our heads together and worked on that and came up with ideas. And there's so much to do, but at the same time, you can't do it all. You can't have everything in there. And that was some of the advice that we were given by a couple other people. Vincente DeSanti, for one, said, don't go overboard on your perks. Don't have too many of a selection, for people to choose from. So we took a lot of his advice, but also we try to come up with a lot of things that haven't been done yet either. Sure, we offer Blu-rays and shirts and some of those things, but try to come up with things that just haven't been done. And it helps having a film like My Bloody Valentine, because it is different than other horror films that are out there. So it wasn't hard coming up with a lot of these different ideas. They seem to flow pretty freely for different perk ideas, but it's fun coming up with,
And we hit a couple of snags along the way too. Like, here's some advice for anybody doing an Indiegogo. Make sure you read the rules in fine print and be careful with your wording.
Yeah.
For example, we have the replica props up there, the replica weapons. And they're props. They're going to be, a lot of them are screen used. And other campaigns, they have actual weapons that people can buy. But because we put the word weapons, we got flagged and had to do some damage control and immediately take it down and fix it and refund some money and then tell them hey, we got it back up. Sorry about that. Do you mind backing up again?
This is how nerve-wracking that was. I was like, wow, we're we're almost at that 50% mark, and then the next day we're dropping down $2,000. We're like, whoa, what happened? Who's taking their money back? And then we found out
checked our emails.
We got an email from Indiegogo, and then they were like, you got to take this down. You got to reimburse people who bought a perk with a weapon in it, because we don't support selling knives. And we're like, man, obviously it's fake, But yeah, it was crazy.
To show you how good it looks, the level of detail. But I don't think it was necessarily the fact that it was a weapon itself. I think it was the wording.
I think it was the language. Yeah,
it was the language. It was certain code words that get flagged. But that was nerve-wracking.
That would definitely be my problem if I did do something like that. The way I word things, sometimes it backfires all the time.
And it's always little things too that you don't catch until after the fact, and then you're like, oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I'll say this though, we were getting advice from people who ran Indiegogos. We were really helped out by a lot of people. We would just reach out to them and say, hey, what worked on Dave Kerr. We were just what worked on your campaign and what didn't. Just trying to find all this information that we could. And a few people got back to us, and Dave Kerr said, my best advice to you is if you don't need to run an Indiegogo campaign, don't do it. And it was like, and now like we worked on it for months and it's going, and I could totally agree to that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's a full-time job.
Yeah, we got a lot of insight from several people that we already mentioned. Vincente DeSanti, James Sweet, Dave Kerr, Dave Brown. You know, it's such a great community. Everybody really has the desire to help, you know.
Yep.
I mean, we're all trying to do the same thing. And so it's awesome, this level of support in the community. It really is, not only by the fans, but also the people that are putting these fan films together. So it's great getting that kind of insight and advice, especially when we're first timers. We haven't done this before, and there's people willing to say, don't do this, make sure you do this. And all that stuff helps. It all helps.
And it's never an exact science either. You know, you can take the advice as gospel, but you know, you're never guaranteed anything. But we've been pretty lucky so far, man, and I hope it keeps going.
Yeah.
I believe 100% it's going to keep going because
definitely
the quality in this is amazing, and it shows all the way around. It's probably one of the best. I mean, not that the other fan films I've seen campaigns weren't great, but this one seems so freaking organized and so well put together.
I think a lot of that has to do with Corey Kaufman, the work he's done. He made, if we didn't have his work on our campaign, it would be night and day difference. He just made it look so slick, so professional. I've like when I go and look at the perks, I'm just like, I want that.
Yeah.
Like, can I get a producer discount, please? I want the VHS on my shelf.
I even said that to Chuck when he was showing off one of the signs. I was like, do I get a director's discount off of that?
But yeah, that was another piece of advice we got, was make sure your graphics are on point, because looks are everything. You know, visually, you're attracted to things that look good, and so yeah, we're really fortunate to have Corey Kaufman on board, and I don't know, I can't say enough about him. He's been a great consultant on this project as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm surprised he's not annoyed with us by now for as much as we've been putting on his plate, you know.
Oh man, yeah.
But he's quick, man. His turnaround time is insane. And he whatever idea we throw at him, he always makes it 100 times better.
Yeah, he's a machine.
I was just getting ready to say that, like, whatever we asked him to do, it always comes back like 100 times better than what we were asking. And it's like, wow, like we didn't even think of stuff like that. And you know how fast he can do it. It's crazy. So yeah, he definitely made the campaign a lot better just by doing like the graphic designs.
How did you get hooked up with Corey, Chuck?
I knew of him through Instagram primarily, through like mutual cosplaying, and I think we were friends on there, and I'm pretty sure we were friends on Facebook, but I really didn't know him personally, and I can't remember where I discovered that he, you know, did the graphic design work, and so grateful that I did reach out to him, because I can't imagine where our campaign would be right now without him. And I've told him that. I make no bones about that. I was like, man, we love you. So.
It says, hey guys, I'm here. It's Trinidad.
Hey, Trin.
Hey, Trinidad.
Dude, Trinidad's a rock star.
Oh, he's awesome.
Go ahead.
You got a great headshot, by the way, Trinidad.
Yeah.
It was funny. As soon as we were talking about as soon as we were told him that we were going to do a casting call, he was like, "Oh, I'm interested in that." He was the first one to send out his headshot resume.
Dan, got any other questions for these guys?
I mean, no good questions now. I mean, we've hit a lot of good questions, and some of the ones that just came up sporadically makes the ones I wrote down look well, pretty obsolete, and some were answered just through one question too. So questions I
no
came
such thing as a
prepared with
bad
are,
question.
yeah, I can't think of a question off the top of my head at the moment. So because we already went over, if it wasn't Bloody Valentine, it would be Texas.
Who's the killer?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to pull too many spoilers out of you guys. But do you think, like, this is more of a hypothetical question of sorts, I guess, but do you feel that this film, the way that you guys envision it coming out, if it does come out the way you guys want it, do you think it would make the cast of the original film feel proud? Like, they'd kind of look at that and be like, man, we set an example for these youngins. Like, the cast and crew of the original film, you think they would be proud of this film that you guys are doing?
Well, I don't want to give I can't speak too much on it, but let's just say they have given us their blessing, and they've been very supportive. They're a great bunch of people, man, and they're all very tight. They're all very tight-knit crew. They all talk to each other, and they're all real friends.
That's awesome.
That's all you could ask for, man.
They all had the chance to read the script and got back to me with a lot of good feedback. So that was like the highlight of my, like, the whole entire time of making this was like getting emails and like a phone call from them, and they were just like, wow, the script kind of blew me away. You know, we didn't expect something like that for a sequel. And they were like supporting it, you know. Like, you know, Peter Copper came on and he got an associate producer back in the campaign.
That's awesome.
You know, so and they're promoting it. They're out there promoting Indiegogo, you know, and doing whatever they can to help out.
Yeah, that was really cool too. Like the kind words that they said. It's the first time I ever saw Tom blush.
All right. Like, I think that actually is some good muscle to have in your corner for sure. It's like, because people are going to see that and recognize that, oh, this person associated with the 1981 film, they're giving this the seal of approval. Let's head over there and see what that's about. So it's, I could only imagine just how blown away you guys probably are with that in your corner.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean that's our goal is to do the original film justice, and hopefully, you know, make everybody that worked on the original proud. I mean, we have the best intentions to honor that film, and you know, that's our goal.
Well said.
So with that bit of knowledge, is there any chance of a cameo from any of the original cast members who survived the first film?
Let's just say we're working on it.
Going hard.
We'll leave it at that for now.
I'll just say we're working on it, and it's been in talks for a while. You know, but you know, it's hard. Like, it's not as easy as everybody thinks. Like, we actually got a write up in what was it, Dread Central?
No,
Bloody Disgusting.
Yeah, and one person said, "Well, Womstop, you know, Womstop got Tom Matthews in it, so you know it's easy. So you guys can get, you know, somebody from the original." It's not as easy as you think, you know. Mm-hmm. Some of them are like, you know, they're either contracted for like the film, and they can't do anything like this, or they just like they're loyal to the, you know, the original film and they don't really want to do it. You know, there's all kinds of stories out there, you know. And then also, like, if they're SAG union actors and it's not a SAG film, you know, you can't get them, you know. So it's not easy, you know. But like I said, I will say this: we reached out to almost all of them and talked to them.
That's awesome.
So you just have to wait and see.
All right.
That's all you can do. That's all you can do. Got another question from the chat. He said, without spoiling, will this still have the whodunit angle to it? Or will we see who the killer is kind of early on in the film?
Yeah, it's definitely a whodunit kind of deal. You're not going to know until the very end. If you guess it, it isn't like we were trying to hide it.
Yeah,
you know, if that makes sense. You know,
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just yeah, I think if you if you're paying attention to it and you know the original, and you just like pick up on some of the clues that are in there, you might guess it, before. But we're not trying to hide it.
Okay.
And
But
I think
it is kind of like a whodunit.
I think that was too a part of the appeal of the original is like, as a fan of movies and horror in general, you never want to feel like they're trying to trick you or trying to get one over on you.
Yeah.
Right.
When it's authentic, it feels authentic. And if you figure it out, that's cool. That's nothing on the filmmaker. But if you don't figure it out at the end, that's kind of a little extra bonus. And I think the original did a really good job at doing that. And hopefully we succeed in the same fashion.
Yep.
I agree. That was a good answer without spoiling it. I love it. Trinidad said, I appreciate it. I tried to look fabulous for y'all. Also, Tom, get in contact with me when this is done.
Man, he never stops working. That's why his page over Insta Horror Night of the Creeps, it's got so many followers, because that guy is working 24/7 on that.
It was crazy. We Chuck talked to him first about coming on and just talk to him and see how he was doing, getting to know him a little bit, and then we had a meeting with him on Zoom, or with all four of us, and we were talking, we were having a good time, and he was telling us some of his ideas, and we were like, well, yeah, it's really good, and then we were like, you want to come on and do it with us, right? And then like out of somewhere, I don't even know how it came up, but like his age came up, and he was like, I'm only 17 years old. And we're like, wow, like totally blown away by that. Like, he doesn't look like he's 17, but he definitely doesn't come off and speak like he's 17.
He's got a much more mature.
He was like, hope that doesn't change your
demeanor.
mind. Yeah, he's very mature.
Yeah, he's got a deeper
He was
voice
like,
than all
I
three of
hope
us
this
put
doesn't
together.
change your mind. I was like, yeah.
He's like, I gotta go do my homework, guys. But I'll get back. We're just kidding, Trinidad, man. You're awesome. We're just ribbing you a little bit.
That it's always fun to do that. It's all in good fun. Makes things a lot better. That's for sure.
That's right.
On set, I'm a huge prankster.
Oh my God, he's the worst. He's the kid that freaking cries wolf, because one of these days something is really going to happen. He's going to like have a heart attack or something, and nobody's going to believe him because he's always pulling jokes on people. One of our poor actresses, Rachel Keefe, man, she's the most gullible person in the world, the sweetest person you'll ever meet in your life, and he's always playing jokes on her, and I feel so bad.
I can't lie. I do that stuff to my kids all the time. It makes it a heck of a lot funner. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's we have a good time on set.
Yeah, but I'm always the guy who's in work mode. So when he starts playing his pranks, I'm like, leave the funny business at home. Let's get the job done. We could joke around after the set.
Oh man. I don't got anything else for these wonderful people. You got anything else, Dan?
Man, I wish. I mean, they've brought some good stuff just out almost without us asking, just through the natural flow of the conversation, which is always amazing to have that way. Makes things a lot easier too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
definitely.
The funny thing is, he and I had a lot of the same questions, because we just kind of talked about it earlier today. Like, so what kind of questions do you got for these guys? And ran by, it's like, dude, I got the same questions. Like, well, damn it. See how far we can get with that. But
you guys have been awesome, man. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you coming
I know,
on.
Matt, you've been pretty active on the Facebook group and everything, and sharing as well. We really appreciate it, man. No
problem. I love it just as much as you guys, except for I don't have any of the talents that you guys have, so I have to say.
No, that's not true, man. That intro video alone, if that's any indication of what you're capable of, that was amazing, man.
I appreciate that. I haven't only been coming up on a year anniversary doing this. I didn't know how long I was gonna last. I didn't know if anybody was even gonna want to watch me talk about anything. But I met a lot of awesome people. Like we discussed, the horror community is amazing. They're always willing to come out and help. I mean, bigger YouTubers I've had on my channel, which I've never thought that would happen. Not that they're crazy big, but still, it means a lot to me that they even take the time out of their schedules to even hang out with me. So I appreciate everybody that's ever helped me along the way. And I appreciate all three of you guys coming on tonight to hang out with us. To talk
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for having us on.
Likewise.
No
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I will definitely leave the Indiegogo link down below. I think a couple people already put it in there. And I'm going to keep doing my part, sharing as much as I can, and trying to get these funds, help raise these funds for you guys as well, because I can't wait to see this when it finally happens.
I really appreciate it, man.
I know as soon as I get my
I appreciate that.
as soon as I get paid, I know I'm definitely going to be heading over to that Indiegogo before that's over.
Where are you based out of, Dan?
I am in Colorado.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mile High City.
That's where the original miner resides, I think, out in that state as well, Peter Cowper.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Now I have the strange feeling that I've just walked by him and not even known. Like,
Probably.
hey.
Yep.
That would be my luck. It's like there's something about you I don't know, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
Oh man,
Nah, he's an awesome guy too. He's really supportive.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. It's just awesome how many people are willing to come back after 40 years and still help out and still are in love with My Bloody Valentine. And I for one really appreciate it, because
Oh yeah.
I can never get enough. I can't get enough. That's pretty much one of the movies I talk about the most. Everybody in the groups that I'm in knows that I love that film. I mean, I rank it very high.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because like we were saying at the top of the show, when he and I did our top 10 non-franchise horror films, I knew before we even went into it, like, your number one's going to be My Bloody Valentine. And the only thing that held it back for me was I had only seen the cut version. So it was kind of like, sorry that it's not so high. If I had seen the uncut version, which I actually have now and still need to get around to watching that.
You haven't seen the uncut scene?
I've seen the uncut scenes, but I haven't seen them reintegrated back into the film yet.
You gotta watch that, man. It's amazing.
But I feel watching feel watching it that way, it will kind of climb its way up, and we'll have to redo that. We'll have to redo that list.
I gotta buy a new copy soon, because mine's about onion skin thin from watching it so much.
Oh man!
Not only because I enjoy it, just also for research purposes.
Right. It's like we got to make sure that everything is on point. Like, everything's got to be positioned just right.
Or somebody's gonna nitpick that shit like that.
So are you guys shooting in the same town that they shot in the original film, or are you having to try to recreate that in a different
they
town?
shot it. Yeah, they shot it up in Canada. We're actually shooting it in the Scranton area around that. So it's like, it is a coal mine town. It does have the same kind of feel to it. So it's, I would say it's like, trying to recreate something like that. We did actually had a full size sign created, and you can see that in the trailer real quick.
Yep.
So it's we're trying to recreate it, but again, this is 40 years later, so the town, in the story that we have, the town kind of forgot about the Harry Warden and Axel Palmer, and they went on with their lives.
Yeah.
And it's without giving any, it's hard to talk about it without giving it away.
Yeah.
But it's going to be spaced in the same town. That same kind of
it's not out of the question either to film in Canada, maybe, if things open up. It's always something that we've kind of considered. So Steve Merlo, if you're still in the chat, man, I hope you have an extra bed right here for us.
They're coming to Canada, baby.
We did talk about it.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, Pennsylvania there's a lot of mining towns in PA, so it won't take much to recreate any of that look, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'd also like to throw some love back to the state of Pennsylvania too, because there's so much undiscovered territory here, and it's beautiful country, beautiful people, and it's just not utilized to its full potential, in my opinion. I would love to see Pennsylvania become like the next Atlanta, Georgia, with like The Walking Dead and everything, and how all the production companies are going there now, or New Orleans as well. You know,
it'd be fantastic. We got the landscape, we got the
Yeah.
people, like you said. It's here. It's just got to get the people to come up.
absolutely.
Check it out. I got one final question from the chat. They said, "Do any of you own the My Bloody Valentine on VHS?"
I wish. I lost most of my VHS, but I wish. But you can
I
get
did.
Valentine Bluffs on VHS.
Yeah, you can.
I do not. I would like to though.
Yeah. I used to collect VHS, but I lost all mine because I used to bounce around a lot with my traveling and stuff. So just a lot of my stuff got lost along the way.
There you go. I know a lot of
Yeah.
the people that watch this, they're big VHS collectors.
Yeah.
I am not one of them, but I respect their choice to collect. That's always awesome.
Man, I'm a nostalgia whore, so anytime I can, if I got my hands on a My Bloody Valentine VHS, I would snag it up right away.
Yeah, I found a Sleepaway Camp on VHS, and
Oh,
I
nice.
had to lose my mind for a second, recollect myself, and be like, okay, now where was that VHS tape? I need to grab that and buy it now. Like, there was no hesitation, but it was at a thrift store, so only paid $1, and it's like,
There you go.
it was one of those highlight moments that's like, yeah.
I love that stuff.
That's
Everyone
cool.
would-
It's
like going
definitely
to a
like
record
if you're
shop.
into music and you get a vinyl.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I collect
if you're into
vinyl now.
music
So
and you
it's
get
just like
vinyl,
going
you know,
into
it
one
has
of
that
those,
same
one of
kind
those
of feeling.
places, thrift stores, and just you pick one of those rare little gems out. And same with the records. If you find that one pressing that the person doesn't quite know what they have, and you're able to get it at a deal, it's like yes. Or comic books as well. I used to collect those as well.
Yep.
There was one vinyl that I had saw at the thrift store, and it was the original Kiss album, the first Kiss album with without the song "Kissin' Time" thrown onto it. The next year after it was released, they put "Kissin' Time" on it, and it's been on every release since then. I found that one with the 9 tracks instead of 10. Didn't have my wallet. Run home to grab that. Come back and it's not there. And it was one of those moments of disappointment. Like that thing is so hard to find. Like half of those are probably been destroyed over the years. And
I can hear Tom's son probably crying right now. Listen to that. He's a huge Kiss fan. He's just learning how to play guitar. So anytime I'm over at Tom's house, I hear him like shredding away.
there we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I think if there's no other questions from you and myself, I guess I'll let these 3 gentlemen enjoy the rest of their evening. And like I said, I can't thank you guys enough.
Yeah.
Here to talk about Valentine Bluffs with us and My Bloody Valentine. I love it, and I'm glad there's a bunch of other people out there that love it as much as I do and get behind it and support you guys. Like I said, I'll leave the link to the Indiegogo below, and obviously you guys know I've been sharing the crap out of it, so I'm going to keep doing everything I can to help you guys out and make this reality for you guys.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you guys.
No
Thank
problem.
you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
So, that'll about do it for tonight for these 3 lovely gentlemen. So, Roland, Tom, and Chuck, thanks a million, guys. I really appreciate it.
Hey, Chuck, you want to do your sign off? We'll see you in the mine.
Welcome.
We'll
Thank you.
see you in the mine.
Hell yeah. Have a good night, guys.
See you,
All
bro.
right. See ya.
All right, my man.
That was a very nerve-wracking interview, but that was a lot of fun though.
Yeah, I was nervous.
That was I can't be excited enough for this. I mean, it's not my favorite slasher, but it's one that I think deserves a sequel and not a remake. So that they are doing that, it's some very good stuff on their part.
I was not anticipating it being about an hour long, though. I know that.
Were you expecting like half that length?
I was kind of thinking maybe 35, 40 minutes or so, I'd say. An hour's. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. That's fantastic.
Cause I'm thinking like trying to put your brain in for a second. Like the more Bloody Valentine I could get, the better.
Yeah, that's what I want. I'm just shocked to hear that, I mean, how Dave McRae always said that he didn't want to pump out too long of one because he didn't want to take any shit from Blumhouse or whatever.
Right.
I don't know who owns My Bloody Valentine, but I didn't know if they would get kind of upset if they're coming out.
Yeah, I think that's just the main thing that Dave was worried about with the Black Christmas It's Me Billy is that they were doing the 2019 Black Christmas around the same time. So, oh god, that's a movie that I haven't seen that still grinds my gears.
What, the 2019 Black Christmas?
Yes, it's like
I'm not gonna watch that.
It's just the whole idea that it was announced in June that it was going to be released in December. Like, how the hell are you going to do that? Why are you doing it that way? Like, so we're actually in development for this. The idea just came to us. It's going to be out at the end of the year.
It doesn't.
Like, really?
So Blumhouse either puts out something really good or dog shit.
Yeah, they're very hit or miss.
There's no in between for some reason.
I've noticed that one of our loves from Blumhouse is it does have that very in between though. Like, it does have a lot of love or hate, but there's still a few in betweeners on it, and that's, of course, the masterpiece that is.
You're not going to say it, are you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Because of course,
it's so beautiful.
It wouldn't be an episode of Filthy with Facci if a copy of Halloween wasn't broken out, and
I love it.
But it does have its issues that do become more apparent with each rewatch. I'm still riding that 2018 wave, baby.
I love everything about it.
Even Dr. Sartain.
He doesn't even really bother me anymore, to be honest with you.
Like the twist was cool. I'm gonna say this again for like the 150th time, I'm sure. I'm okay with the twist. Now the execution of it is where it was a little funny with him putting on the mask.
Yeah, okay, that was a little weird, but
speaking of masks, though, it was nice to see that little shit the other come on today.
Yeah,
see him come back.
He came back just for a little bit. I figured that's our next. The Hitcher was our next replay or reboot episode, so I figured I'd show some love to Brett and bring him back.
Brett was afraid that I had murdered the other.
He's still alive.
Tried telling him I did not murder the other. I may or may not have killed him. I kind of stuck him with my knife a couple times, but I didn't kill him outright.
You can't kill a spirit, my friend. You know what I mean?
You can yell at it.
You can yell, but that's it. What did we say? Brett, where'd it go? Chris said that we did a fantastic job on our interview, which is the first one we ever did, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty nerve-wracking. I didn't swear as much as I normally did, so that was a plus.
I had to cut back. I've talked to. I messaged Chuck. We messaged back and forth a little bit. I've never messaged Tom before today, and Roland. I don't think I've ever messaged him either. I was trying to figure out like how old Roland is. He kind of seems about our age, I would say, maybe a little older.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that, but it's one of those things you just don't ask.
Yeah, like, hey, how old are you, dude? What's up? I want to hang out with you. You're only like 3 hours away from me.
Right.
I even decked up the freaking OG Myers mask with a miner's hat for this too, you know.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I had my Scream Factory Blu-ray on the side.
Looking at
you. I meant to put it up on the shelf behind me there, but kind of forgot. But I do want to get like a little display thing here that I can just set the movie like right there.
Oh yeah.
And just build like a little pedestal with the little holder that's like. So what are we talking about today? That.
There you go.
But
Roland is still watching, and he said he is 35.
Awesome.
So there you go. So I'll be 33, so we're only 2 years apart.
I am 65 years old.
He just looks really, really young. And I wore this brand new My Bloody Valentine shirt today too.
This was originally a yellow shirt, but I've been working in the mines all day, so it's all black from the coal.
Okay, makes sense.
But I washed everything except for the shirt.
That makes sense. So yeah, that was a freaking badass fun show. It was new territory for us, and probably, like I said, the most nervous I've been.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I thought I was nervous going into episode 3, but this was the one where it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, my stomach hurt before this one. But
I'm like, the higher their professionalism came through, like the tighter the knot was getting. Like, oh, we bit off a big piece here.
That was fun. That was
go
fun.
to Walmart, the photo department, get a picture frame holder. That's what I use to display mine. Thank you, Chris.
My wife has some of those upstairs. Yeah, I know what she's talking about. Chris says, "Oh, honestly, your guys' best episode so far." Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next week will be fun.
Oh yeah, we are doing next week instead of skipping a week, huh?
Skipping. We're going back next week, bringing on James Grimm, who just celebrated a birthday, by the way. Happy birthday. Belated birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday once more to James.
And we're going to have a fun one.
The hell are we talking about? But
I can't remember. I'm assuming it's Halloween.
Yes.
As usual.
No, not Halloween. We're going to talk about Halloween, damn it. Not Halloween.
No, Halloween.
No, Halloween. Not Halloween, but Halloween.
We're talking about Halloween 78, Halloween Rob Zombies, and Halloween 2018. And they're all going to face off in a 7-category death match.
Dun, dun, dun.
Which one is the best? I mean, it's probably obvious which one's going to win, but we're gonna go for it.
Of course, this one's going to win. Like, dialogue. They snubbed this son of a bitch at the Academy Awards for best screenplay.
That should be a category, best dialogue. That's not gonna win.
Oh, not at all.
I think Halloween 2018 might win that one.
I got peanut butter on my penis, though.
That doesn't get much. I say that all the time. It don't get much better than that.
No, I actually don't hate that line. Like,
I don't.
It's stupid.
Oh,
it makes you scratch. It's stupid, but it's not like repulsive. It's not. It's like, at least he's not saying, "I got peanut butter on my penis now. I'm gonna crawl over there and I'm gonna fuck you right in your bagel, bitch."
Okay.
Now, had Ray said that, it would have been like, "Oh God, too much."
Chris said, "Remember our slasher showdown and how we all surprised ourselves with that? I think something similar is going to happen here." We shall see.
Yeah, I'm already foreseeing I feel like I know what's going to come out in certain spots, but
yeah,
you never know.
Never know.
You never know.
What else you got coming up on your channel?
Coming up, I have. I know Friday. Well, I hear an echo, but anyway, Friday, I know I'm going to be over at Wolfman's channel, Mega Movie Z, for a trivia night. I don't know who all else is going to be there, but I'm sure a good amount of our circle will be over there. I know tomorrow night, J-Man's going to drop the intro episode for the Filthy Freak Show.
Ooh.
The new show that we're got going on. It's not going to be a specific movie we're talking about in that one, but kind of giving you guys a real scoop of what the show is going to be. And I have a Strangers review coming up that I still need to record.
Ooh.
And followed by Strangers Pray at Night. So I'm going to be doing those before we go to Camp Crystal Lake. Gotta have the Strangers pay me a visit before that.
You got to.
And outside of that, I don't know. I do got to get off my chest though that I do have a review coming in May that I recorded this son of a bitch like 3 weeks ago, and it's Mother's Day from 1980.
Oh, okay.
I rented that on Amazon Prime right before it came on to Shudder. If I'd have known it was coming on to Shudder, I would have waited. But no, I recorded that. I got that done, so I've just been sitting on that one and sitting on that one.
Uh-huh.
So definitely look for that on Mother's Day.
There you go.
But yeah, I know tomorrow I gotta get my ass down on some Friday the 13th prep.
Yeah,
As far as like getting all my skits done and shit tomorrow. So I got a day off and have the apartment to myself.
there you go. I
Not like-
don't got to worry about that stuff since I already did it. I wish I didn't. I wish I would have saved it now. I wanted to be like everybody else. Maybe I'll come out with my own. I could do some more videos. I'm sure I could talk about some Friday the 13th some more.
Oh yeah.
That way everybody can all be one big happy family.
Maybe the other can give his thoughts on it.
That's a good point.
Jason is scary.
Yep, that's it. Jason is scary. He kills people with a knife. The end.
Like, I would be so mad though if the other reviewed 1980 and was talking about Jason was such a badass when he stuck the arrow through Kevin Bacon's neck.
Yep.
I could see the other making that slip. And I agree with what Chris just said there.
Matt, you had the ball. Yeah, that was stupid.
No, that was, I think, the moment when it's like, okay, this guy is going, because that's when I gave you a sub, because I was like, wow, this guy's going fucking hard with it.
Right off the freaking bat.
Like, he's taking Halloween and Friday at the same time. Fucking ding,
Inexperienced.
ding. Like, hit that sub and that bell.
I'd like to go back and do it again.
And then you did have the Broncos stuff in your backdrop too, so that was like, I like this guy.
It didn't look like this a year ago behind me. That's for sure. All that Broncos stuff got moved over there.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it was just the way my shit was originally arranged. I couldn't fit any of this behind me. Because I had it in the living room, and that would have just been an awkward setup. And didn't have my little desk. Didn't have my cute little desk.
Nope. Now it does. Oh no.
That's not a bad choice, Herb.
Watch the Psycho movies for Mother's Day. I'm just doing that. I gotta watch Psycho 4 next. Since I watched the first 3 and I enjoyed them. Dan admits about going hard in balls. He is the filthy one, especially filthy with that Broncos stuff. Fuck you, cheap boy.
No, it's great how tonight I'm the one praising the Broncos, and Matt over here is doing us all the favor of subliminally brainwashing everyone into becoming a Broncos fan.
What? Oh, yeah. Look it right there in your face with my hat.
My dumbass looks like a Raiders fan over here.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
I like their color palette, but I hate the goddamn Raiders.
I respect that.
Sons of bitches. My neighbor used to be a Raiders fan, and I think he was just out of spite. Living in Colorado, like,
yeah,
hey, everybody likes the Broncos.
I'm
gonna be a Raiders fan.
That's what people say about me, since I live by Pittsburgh and I hate the Steelers.
Yeah, well, the Steelers suck though. They had Ben Worthlessberger for however many years.
I hate them. I always did hate them. So it isn't like it just happened. I never liked them. Shut up, Brett. Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback, though. He's backup. Shut up. He's better than what our backup was. So I'll take it. But this is our shortest episode yet, I think, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't want to keep them that long, though. I know they got busy things to do.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, the meat of the episode was definitely the shortest. Where we're looking now, let's see. I got the Filthy with Facci playlist up and running somewhere. Anyway, this has been an episode. It has a length. Ah, there we go. Yeah. This so at this very moment is in the running for shortest runtime.
Good enough.
Second only to Intruder.
Like you said, though, the meat and potatoes of it that's what people were here for, and I was happy with the way it went down. For sure, way better than I thought. And football's not the one with the puck, bro. Even though I do like the Avalanche, so
there we go.
I love some Avalanche too. So I like the Broncos and Avalanche.
I almost wonder if you were actually born in Colorado, but you've been tricked your whole life into believing you were born in Pennsylvania.
I don't know. The only team I don't care about. Oh, I don't like the Nuggets.
Oh.
Or the Rockies, really. So, but I like half of them. That's good enough.
Yeah. When it comes to baseball, I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of those asshole bandwagon Yankees fans.
Ew.
You got to have one bandwagon team.
Ew. That's okay. I can't go on any more about the Yankees. Not that I hate them. I don't like them particularly.
Oh, I don't either. But they're the ones that if I'm betting,
you pick the Yankees.
I'm smart like that.
I don't blame you.
Like, and I would be that guy if I went to Boston. I'd be like, so hey, turn that Yankees game on, eh?
Yeah.
In a fucking Red Sox bar. Like everybody just like I'd be lucky if I didn't wake up in a ditch the next day.
Yeah, since they hate each other. Did someone say Nuggets? Yuck, basketball. Yeah, we won't talk about basketball. We don't talk about basketball.
Oh, man, I could use some chicken nuggets now, though.
Ooh, chicken. Okay.
Damn.
Way to go. Now we're going to go eat. So that's fire, dude.
Fire.
Fire. That was fun.
Absolutely.
As usual. We'll be back at it again next Wednesday, my friends.
Oh, yeah.
Same damn place. Roland, get out of here. Now you just came back, and now I'm going to block you.
Go Steelers. No Steelers. Broncos.
I don't know. I'll be nice. I'll be nice because he seems like a really cool dude. So I won't say anything mean. I just don't like the Steelers. Hey, I say yins a lot. So thank you. Love yins. Thank you.
I never noticed that until tonight when you were saying that. I'm like, because every now and again, I think it's the Italian in me. Like, I hate the word, but I accidentally say use sometimes. Like, being more than one person. Like, hey, what do you use up to?
That makes
like,
sense.
I try not to say that, but I find myself saying it sometimes.
I get called out at least once a day for saying yins, and I never realized how much I say it until I'm at home listening now, and I'm like, wow, I say that a lot, and I don't know how I couldn't go back to saying, what are you all doing tonight, or what are you all gonna do? No, it's what are yins doing, and I'm gonna stick with it because that's who I am.
Yeah, I only caught that tonight, so that there's a Mandela effect going on too, people.
It'll keep
Mandela is in full effect.
It'll keep coming back. But I can't. Roland, you're the man.
Absolutely.
You're the man. Chris says we all did a great job. So we're going to end it at that and say we all did a great job. And thanks everybody for hanging out with us tonight. And we'll see you back here next Wednesday, same filthy day and time with James Grimm. So
damn right.
I'm going to go find myself some coal mines. Have a good night.
Stay filthy.